This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Make your kitchen ready for every summer gathering this Memorial Day with LG and Lowe's. Our exclusive InstaView appliance suite includes ranges with air fry, refrigerators with slow melting craft ice, and an exclusive dishwasher you can only find at Lowe's. Plus, you'll get up to 10% back via a MasterCard prepaid card when you bundle eligible LG products via rebate. Shop Memorial Day savings at Lowe's. Offer valid 3/3 through 5/18 on select LG items only. See Lowe's.com/rebates for details and timing.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard the tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Yeah, it is, I have to tell you, man, it's getting more and more looking like space flight, tourism, it's happening. Of course, Jeff Bezos just launched his rocket this morning.
Launched and got back within like minutes.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand.
I guess that was the idea. I don't understand it either. I guess they went high enough to be considered in space, but obviously didn't do what you need to do to break free from our complete gravitational pull, because I just can't believe they got back down so quickly.
No, I don't understand. Why don't you just hang out up there for a little bit, soak it in, get some selfies, and spend a little time up there. It's not like they just went up there and might break down. It's kind of like me. If my wife and I went to like Mount Rushmore, that sounds like our trip to Mount Rushmore. Be like, oh, saw it, cool, let's go.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It just seemed kind of quick.
I don't know if it's because we don't understand physics and stuff. Maybe it requires a lot more to be able to spend a longer time up there. You think I would have stayed up there for a lot longer than he did myself.
Right.
And now look at this, man. You got Elon Musk. He went to space, and it looks like now couples can have their wedding inside a capsule that would be carried by a football stadium-sized space balloon. Whoa. I mean, I'm used to blimps orbiting a football stadium to get that view, and now we got football stadium-like size blimps? Okay. And apparently these big space balloons float about 100,000 feet above sea level. That's 19 miles. They feel like this will happen by 2024, and it's a Florida firm called Space Perspective, and they are selling flights for this 2024 voyage.
This is like taking the whole like vacation wedding to another level, because I always feel like sometimes when my friends are like, oh, we're getting married in Hawaii, it's like, okay, you really don't want everybody to come. Like, you just want to have it be like, if you want to come, you're willing to spend the money.
Oh, right.
Come along. So now it's like, hey, we're getting married in space. If you want to come, you got to drop the money for us.
Yeah, this scares the hell out of me.
What? You're a space guy. This should be like your thing.
I don't know why, but a balloon, to me, going up in a balloon as opposed to, I don't know, having propulsion and all sorts of thrusters and stuff, I don't know. A balloon is just it seems so delicate to me.
It's a person's wedding night. There'll be plenty of thrusting.
There we go. Yeah. And it's going to cost you $125,000. But they're saying that you'll get an insane view of Earth, and the capsule will take up to 8 guests into the stratosphere for a trip that lasts about 6 hours. Now, that's how long I thought Jeff Bezos would take, a few hours up there. That's what this thing's all about. 360-degree views of Earth, Steve. Plus, you got bathroom, a bar, onboard Wi-Fi. I mean, it does seem awesome, but
it seems like you should be renewing your vows on this thing, BJ.
I know, the balloon scares the hell out of me.
Where has the balloon gone wrong?
I think a lot. I feel like a lot of balloon stuff goes wrong.
Sarcastic. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh okay. Yeah. So throughout the flight, travelers will be given breakfast. They can order drinks and sit back in their plush reclining seats while soaking up the exclusive views.
I would limit the amount of alcohol on that, because you ever been on a party boat where it's like one of your friends is just wasted and you're just like, how do we just throw him? Can we just throw him off the boat? Because like we're stuck with this guy. You know, imagine being in space with like your one annoying drunk friend.
Or what if you find out maybe the groom or the wife has cheated on you while you're in space? I mean, you're right. That I don't know about this.
So you could join the Space High Club, LOL.
Wow.
Well, that's
it's a
true.
19-mile high club.
Yes. So how about this though? Space flights for 2024 already sold out. So they have whatever it's how many guests? 8 guests. So 8 people have spent $125,000. Wow.
There's a lot of rich people in this world. That's what I think we're learning. And they all want to go to space. They grew up being like Star Wars fans, and now they get to pretend they're Star Wars.
Yeah, see, by the time you get to my price range, I feel like it's going to be a run-of-the-mill, discount space flight,
Well, yeah, once it
the
gets...
Groupon space flight.
Once it gets to that point, it'll be going beyond just the weddings, and it'll be stuff like space gender reveals and all those ridiculous things.
Space Sweet 16 party.
Oh, yeah, the space quinceañera.
You're lucky your daughter's not turning 16 anytime in the next, 10 years.
Are you kidding?
Somebody else's daughter will be.
Yeah, but my daughter's not going to be doing crazy crap like your daughter when it comes to parties.
Really?
Positive.
Is that what you think?
I know it.
See, you just told a story about how you're jumping up and down on mushrooms trying to get toilet paper to leaves for a guy. You think your daughter's going to maybe do crazy things?
Well, I'm pretty sure my daughter's not going to drop her pants and just defecate in front of a movie theater. I mean, I guess she does that already with diapers, but
yeah, she's pretty much defecating where she wants right now.
No, she's probably just going to want like a cocoa melon party.
Yes, at 18 years old,
yes.
That's exactly what she's going to want.
You can hope, sir.
Saving up for it now.
Yeah. And I was going to say at that point too, you said it's a good thing that Sarah's not turning 16, but if she's turning 50 and this thing's a thing, she's going to be like, Dad, can I go to space for my 50th?
50?
You know how old I'll be when she's 50? It'll be like, I won't even know my name at that point. So congratulations. Take me, do whatever you want.
2024 is not that far away.
Yeah,
she's she's been talking about getting married. What if she does say, I want my wedding in space?
Yeah.
She wants to get married in space. Guess what? She's going to have to find space in her own finances to do it.
Oh. Traditionally, the father's going to pay the wedding, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that's tradition's out the door. We're ending a lot of traditions now.
I'm okay with that tradition ending. That's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Well, how about space mitzvahs? I think we'll see a few of those up there.
There'll be a lot of space bachelor parties.
Yeah.
Space first communions.
The space bachelor party could be pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I see. I'm with you, though, Steve, with the original thing. I don't know if I want alcohol up in space with a balloon. Some guy go, hey, let's see if I can poke a hole in the balloon. What do you think?
Plus, probably a tough sell to a dancer to be like, hey, we want to hire you. Awesome. This is my rate. I'm like, cool. We're taking you to space.
Yeah. I feel like the rate's going to go up.
Or you just surprise them. Hey, surprise! We're going up to space in a balloon.
Oh, we said it was a party bus. Our bad. It's a party space shuttle.
Yeah, that's what it is. Wow. But you know what? Seats are open for this big space flight in 2025. So if you want to get married in space, give Space Perspective a call. Check them out. 2025 seats open now.
I mean, if I had an unlimited amount of money, this would be an epic party, though. Like if you get a handful of your buddies or more than a handful, however many can fit in this looks like a giant space boob.
Yeah.
In the space boob.
So it's the Tacoma Dome in space?
Yes. It kind of looks like an upside down Tacoma Dome.
All right, there we go. Look, I'm willing to go once I see how other people do. That's all I want to do. I just want to see how other people do. And then if it works out well, I'm ready to do it.
Also, it said space strippers, they dress like aliens. I'm down.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, there you go.
Okay, then. Yeah, and I wonder what jurisdiction. There's a lot of stuff that might be able to happen in space. I don't know what kind of jurisdiction when it comes to laws. Maybe illegal transactions can happen. All of a sudden now they're going to have to make space laws.
Oh, so that could be like their selling point. Go on the space boob where whoring it up is legal.
Yeah.
It's like international waters.
Yeah.
If what's his face didn't pass away, he probably would have done this.
Oh,
the Bunny Ranch guy.
Yeah,
Dennis Hoff.
right.
Oh,
Dennis Hoff would have done it,
wow,
yeah. Yeah.
He'd have a space brothel. You know he would.
Space brothel. That's not a bad idea. All right, Steve. Chalk that up.
Yeah, get on that.
Get on that, buddy.
Yeah, that's not going to be my thing.
Oh, you're not going to do that thing?
No,
all right.
I don't have
you got to pay for your daughter's wedding. You need money, buddy.
All right, I'll run that by my wife. Babe, I've got this idea to make some money.
Yeah, come on.
We're going to have a space brothel.
Space brothel. Yeah, does it really count if you're in space? I don't think so. In space, they can't hear you scream, so they probably can't hear you bang.
That's a good point.
See,
Can't hear you moan. I think it would probably be a better.
Okay, well, either way, you're fine, my friend.
If we're working out the porn parody, I think that's the better line. Space, they can't hear you moan.
So we got a recent poll that asked people how many email addresses they've had in their lives.
Yikes.
See, I don't think we count, do we? Because we're professional. We have this business. I don't know.
Yeah, other people have businesses too. Like we're in this exclusive club that has email addresses for our work.
Well, the reason I bring it up is because I have a lot of email addresses where they say the most common response that people gave them was 2.
All right, let's just talk personal.
Yeah.
Not even. Let's drop the work one because I understand.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, then I guess I have had just maybe 2.
Yeah. I had a net 0, I think it was. No, net address. It was an email account. That was my first email address. It was on a thing called netaddress.com or .net, something like that. And I was like, oh, this is amazing. I got my own email address. I was so excited. And then they turned it into a pay one. And I instantly didn't have an email address after that because I was like, I'm not paying for an email address.
Yep.
So then I switched over to Yahoo.
Yep.
And I had Yahoo. And then I had Hotmail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Gmail. So I've had 3 different email addresses.
Yeah. Oh, I guess. Well.
No, 4. 4 including the net address one.
Oh, yeah.
I wish I could get access to that one. It
Yeah,
kind of funny
just to
read.
see what's there now.
Right. Like every once in a while I go to my old Yahoo one and it's just so inundated with spam that I go on there for a half a second. I'm like, why did I do this?
Yeah. You're right. I'm so mad that I got rid of my AOL one.
Why? I mean, people already know you're old. You want another reason to let people know you're old?
Now I think it's classic. Like, how cool would it be?
Is it retro now?
I feel like it's classic.
Well,
it's like the old school
email.
Yeah,
I've got a vintage email.
I mean, who cares if it's AOL? I'm getting my email. I don't
people
understand.
judge you for AOL, man.
I don't know why they judge you for what was like the coolest thing ever. AOL was the thing. It was the big dog at the time.
Big
they
dog.
made a movie about it.
I mean, you could still sign up for a new one, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
See, my issue with it is that when you say something like this, I've had over 20 AOL email addresses easily in my life.
Oh, wow.
Because you could just switch your screen names and that would have its own email address. So I would switch my screen name pretty frequently.
Well, somebody wasn't trolling people, was he?
It wasn't to troll. It was for my various online role-playing games. Which doesn't sound much better.
No,
it really doesn't.
Yeah.
Really, really doesn't.
Yeah, I only had the 2. I only had Hotmail and then Gmail. I remember when Gmail was starting to become big and everyone was like, you need to get a Gmail. And I was like, I don't want Gmail. So I signed up for it, but didn't use it for years. Mm-hmm. And then sure enough, I remember I got the look of oh yeah, whatever my Hotmail account was. And somebody gave me a weird look and I was like, I'm switching to Gmail.
Hotmail.
It sounds like a porn thing, like Hotmail.
That's why I got it.
Nice.
That sounds cool. People think I'm attractive. They're like, who's this Steve at Hotmail?
Well, I still have my old and my Hotmail, which is now MSN.com. So I think they changed it for that very reason too. It's like, okay, nobody likes Hotmail anymore. Let's just call it MSN.com.
See, I had a Hotmail first, and my friend made it for me when I was 13 or 14, and I used it all the way up through college, which, looking back on it, wasn't great because she gave me the name Sexy Soccer Chick. So imagine trying to explain that one to your professors. That being said, when I started working here, that's when I decided I should probably get an adult email. So I got my Gmail, and then I have 2 other Gmail accounts when my account got hacked, but I never use them. So technically, I've only ever had 2 that I use regularly.
So what is it now? OnlyFans Chick at Odyssey.com? Is that what it is?
That's about right. Yeah, that's a good one.
69. Yes.
Yeah, you gotta go.
Oh, yeah, of course. You got to get 69. I just don't understand the status of things, though. I guess it's the same thing with anything, like cars, whatever. You look like a loser, I guess, if you're AOL. But now I'm at the point where I'm like, but that was the one. That was the big dog, Tom Hanks. You know what I mean? And the other actor.
You got mail?
Meg Ryan?
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Meg Ryan, Tom Hanks. I mean, AOL, that was the thing. In the 90s, they were the one.
I think I read somewhere that people, if you have a Hotmail or an AOL email address, they won't look at your resume. Just because it seems like you're out of touch, you're not up to date, you're just going to be too old for what they're looking for.
I don't got a problem with that. My name usually gets people not to look at my resume. So,
fair.
Yeah.
PJ
I got to use one of
Hotmail.
resume. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I mean, pretty much 71% say they have 1 in 5 email addresses. 7% are like Rev, where they got more than 10. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes don't forget all the fake email addresses you make for like spam mail stuff. I wasn't counting that. But I guess because those aren't like actual like.
Yeah, those are just email dumps. That's like you never want to even deal with those. You're just giving them so you don't have to look at them.
Exactly.
Do you think that the average people don't do that, though, and we're just weird? I mean, or do you think the people poll just forgot? You know, I mean, it's because we have a lot of email addresses. I feel like I'm way up high on this, but
someone says, "Hey, BJ, I still have my AOL email. I got it in the early '90s. I get comments about it all the time."
Dude, I think it's like, come on, man, you were part of the revolution.
Someone said I'm 23 and I have AOL. So you could probably still get it, BJ.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I got to find out how to do that.
It says create an account. Just go to
AOL.com. Go to AOL.com, I'd imagine.
Oh, there is still an AOL.com?
There is.
So you want this so bad, but you put the most minimal effort would be just to type in AOL.com, and you didn't even do that.
Well, I already made the switch over. It's not like I want to bring it. That's a pain in the ass. You know how difficult it is to tell everybody, I'm over here now.
That'd be great, though. That'd be fun for you. Like, hey, just so you know, I'm back on AOL.com.
Yeah, it'll be a weird flex that you think is awesome.
Join me in the chat rooms if you want.
Wow. Okay, well,
maybe
you know
I'll IM you.
ASL.
Oh, yeah. That's it. Oh, those were the days. That's when I really thought I was the man, because I knew technology. I knew what was up, and now I know nothing.
Who'd you impress with this?
I was in my 20s. The same people you were impressing with your breakdancing. You know what it was like when you were in 20s. You thought you were all the older people didn't know how to use stuff. Like the 30s, 40s, 50-year-olds did not know what the hell AOL was. Uh-huh. So I thought I was the man. Like, old people don't know anything. That's what I thought.
But who said you were the man? That's my question.
All of us geeks that used AOL. Okay. That's the same. Who said you were the man for breakdancing? Your own brain told you, right?
I never said I was the man. I was just part of the very exclusive Voltron breakdance troupe in Brooklyn, New York.
All right, I rest my case.
I didn't need to say it. I just was it.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Green Voltron for life.
Okay. All righty.
No?
I mean, look.
You're not invited to our breakdance party.
I'd buy the shirt.
Yeah.
I would
of course, you know what, Danny?
We had windbreakers.
Yeah. Oh, all right. I buy the windbreaker because I need one.
Shockingly, mine was green. Because I was green Voltron.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Hey, here's a question. Why are American kids all of a sudden speaking with British accents? Why are American kids all of a sudden speaking with British? I'll tell you why at 8:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
Make your kitchen ready for every summer gathering this Memorial Day with LG and Lowe's. Our exclusive InstaView appliance suite includes ranges with air fry, refrigerators with slow melting craft ice, and an exclusive dishwasher you can only find at Lowe's. Plus, you'll get up to 10% back via a MasterCard prepaid card when you bundle eligible LG products via rebate. Shop Memorial Day savings at Lowe's. Offer valid 3/3 through 5/18 on select LG items only. See Lowe's.com/rebates for details and timing.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Steve, is Tater Tot doing the Peppa Pig? Is she watching that show?
No, I only know of it by name, but I don't even know what channel that's on.
Okay,
Nickelodeon.
Okay, yeah, we haven't touched Nickelodeon. We're mostly a Universal Kids or a Disney Channel family.
Well, you may, unless you want your kid to start talking with a British accent, you may want to keep her away from that Peppa Pig because apparently there's a phenomenon going on. Kids are watching, American kids are binge watching so much of that British cartoon show, Peppa Pig, that they're actually developing English accents. And
that's funny.
Yeah. They're even using words like telly and ready, steady, go. Like if you're watching a show, I'm watching it on the telly.
Or how about Lily used to say holiday instead of vacation. We're going to take a holiday, which means, vacation.
Because of Peppa Pig?
Oh, yeah. She loved Peppa Pig. But luckily, the Peppa Pig didn't last that long in our household because it was kind of like towards the end of her like super baby watching days. And so she got out of it pretty quickly.
Rev, could you find some Peppa Pig? I'm curious just to hear what Peppa Pig sounds like.
Yeah, the so-called Peppa effect.
The Peppa effect.
Yeah, it's been exacerbated because of COVID. So obviously people were inside more, kids were watching more Peppa, and now they've got more. Hello, how are you, mother?
Yeah.
Father?
I found some Peppa Pig.
All right.
Everyone got what they wanted. Father Christmas is very clever. Well, actually, it was me who told him what you all wanted. Don't be silly, Peppa.
That would be so trippy.
Yeah.
If all of a sudden, like, Tatum comes over to me and is like, "Hello, Daddy," and I'm like, "What? Why do you sound that way?" Okay. What are we doing? Happy Christmas?
Yeah, and Father Christmas. I mean, things like that. It's so funny. I'm watching the latest season of Alone, which is a survival show, and there's a woman who was born in Wyoming but has spent a good deal of her time in England, and she's got a mixture of accents. Like some things she says just like an American, other things she says with a British accent, but she'll
so
say
weird.
Yeah, she's got phraseology though. Like she'll go, "Well, I think it's time to get this sorted," and it's like, "Well, that is totally British. We don't ever say like I'm going to fix this or I'm going to do this." But in Britain, they say, "Oh yeah, we're going to get that sorted," which means they're going to whatever take care of something, fix something, and it is weird. Sometimes I'm like, "Oh, she's totally British," and other times it's like, "Well, there's no accent at all there. She sounds like she's just from America."
The way you started that sentence, I totally thought you were going to be like, "I'm watching the latest season of Peppa Pig, and she's really gotten better at her speech instead of the latest season of Alone."
Yeah. Well,
wasn't like Madonna, like she spent some time in the UK and all of a sudden had a British accent because of that.
Yeah, people roasted her bad for
They
it.
surely did.
Johnny Depp too. He like if you watch like his early interviews as opposed to like his later ones or most recent ones, he like has some kind of accent going on, which he didn't have when he was younger.
But it makes sense. I mean, look, if you're around a bunch of people, eventually I think you're going to start talking like some of those people. Like we've lost our accents. Now, I mean, this was part of the business that I was supposed to lose my accent. But when I get around Massachusetts folks, it comes back. I just start talking like they do.
Yeah, there are times when I'm like at home and I'm talking to family or friends and all of a sudden the New York accent starts creeping back.
Yeah.
It's never as thick as it used to be, but it's there every once in a while. But like right now we're watching Bluey. And Bluey is Australian.
Okay.
And so I wonder if all of a sudden, like, Tatum's going to start having an Australian accent.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Daddy, I like something on the shrimp and the Barbie. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Wow. It seems like you've been affected, too.
Oh, yeah. Too much of this show, man. It's rotting my brain.
Yeah. Peppa Pig was the second most in-demand cartoon after SpongeBob for the past year. That's how popular, because, SpongeBob obviously is very popular. Peppa's number 2.
Interesting. Yeah. That's not that's out of my wheelhouse.
Oh, just you wait, Steve.
I'm hoping I can continue to wait. I don't know. I just look at Bluey at first was a little like we weren't feeling it, but now all of a sudden that's become one of our favorites. But Peppa Pig doesn't look like something I want to watch.
Okay, so but you realize that it's her choice, right? I mean, if she somehow finds out about it, you're done.
Her choice. Come on, BJ.
The best advice I could give you as somebody who's got a little 2.5-year-old is be careful with what they do on YouTube, because he's really good at like pointing out and just going to random videos, and that's how he discovered Teletubbies. Like, we never introduced him to Teletubbies. He just found it accidentally on YouTube. Same with like Coco Melon. He's obsessed with that.
She loves Coco Melon.
Yeah. So YouTube is what's going to be the death of you when it comes to these shows.
BJ, how about just about 20 minutes ago, I was getting weird text messages from my wife, and I realized that was not from my wife. My daughter was texting me.
Wow.
A year and a half years old.
So she's already figuring this stuff out.
Well, I mean, she's figured out how to hit a bunch of buttons and then get it to like and knows.
Well, she sent it somehow.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so like right there's a bunch of emojis being sent to me.
Oh, wow.
So, of course, I text back going, is this Tatum texting? Thinking, Well, she's not going to be able to understand what I just wrote, but wouldn't that have been hilarious? She's like, yep, it's me.
Yeah, it's me.
Hi, Dad. So I start sending her Bitmojis.
Well, what if she's like the boss baby kid? Like she's just pretending to be a baby, but she's really quite, knows a lot more. How do you know? She's not working for whatever, Boss Baby Inc. or whatever the organization those babies work for.
Well, she's a big fan of the emoji with the sunglasses, the cold emoji, and then the hot emoji.
Oh, yeah. Well, she's a Katy Perry fan, hot and cold, and she wants to look cool.
Very indecisive.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the Peppa Pig thing, my ex wasn't on board with Peppa Pig either, because there was a whole controversy when it kind of came out that Peppa's head was kind of phallic shaped.
Yeah, oh, it's kind of like
really?
a Jeff
Let me see a
Bezos
picture of
spaceship.
Peppa Pig.
Yeah. And so she was very much like, we're never letting Lily watch this, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, literally, it was all Peppa Pig all the time.
Oh, yeah.
No matter what we did, it was just, she found a way to watch it. And it was like, all right. So,
yeah, what are you going to do?
I mean, it does, yeah. I mean, I hate to say it, but it does look like some Franks and Bean actions right there. Mm-hmm. With ears. Franks and Beans with ears.
I mean, if you really, anything can look phallic if you want it to.
Oh, you mean like Jeff Bezos' spaceship?
Right. Exactly.
See, that's the problem, is it's not so much the kid, it's probably the father. I think, that would be the objection. It's like, oh, your father is going to make, pee-pee jokes. No, you can't watch this. Yeah. Pee-pee pig. Oh, I hadn't even thought about it.
PP.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Cue the X-Files music.
The truth is out there. Thank you.
Peppa Pig is really just a dong. Okay, not.
Yeah. Well, hey, we're getting close to football season, as you know. Very exciting.
I have no idea what you're talking about. It's hockey season right now because of the expansion draft.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. You're right. Well, that's it, Steve. I mean, once the expansion draft is over, we're getting close to August. August is when all of a sudden we're starting to hear about, like, okay, when's the first, preseason game going to be happening? But they're in, and of course it's exciting because fans are getting back in the stadium. I hope, knock on wood. You're hearing all sorts of stories about, well, we're not out of the woods yet, and maybe we have to put masks back on, but I'm going to go with, we're going to be back in the stadium.
As of right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm going with.
Which will be fun for a lot of those players that played last year for the Seahawks and didn't get to experience what it's like to play over at Lumen Field.
Yeah, and I feel like, I really do, out of all the places, I feel like it's going to have such a big effect on Seattle and how the team plays because of the fact that it's such an active stadium, such a loud stadium. I really, really feel like this could be a really powerful season where the 12th man really makes it happen. I'm a big believer in that kind of stuff, so we'll see. Peyton Manning and his brother Eli, they're doing a thing that's very interesting, and I wonder if this will catch on. They're doing what they're calling alternate commentary for some Monday Night Football games on ESPN2. So, from what I understand, they're saying Peyton and Eli will bring a different approach, delving into conversation about broader, big-picture topics, while also honing in on the game, much like fans do when watching with their family and friends.
So it's going to be like them just BSing watching the game?
Yeah, I mean, but
I'm into that idea.
As long as I can still see the game, like if they still show me all the plays,
I don't want to see them talking. I'll listen to them talk about the game.
Yeah, but it's going to be weird not to have a play-by-play guy. You know what I mean? And can we follow the game enough to not have a play-by-play guy, but instead just have two analysts who are just talking about whatever?
You might have to put your phone down for these kind of situations.
Yeah, they're also going to be joined each week by a third host, plus guest athletes and celebrities. And they're going to be doing 10 games per season for the next 3 seasons, starting with the first 3 Monday Night Football games of 2021. I will tell you, this is a concept that you'll see come out once in a while if you're watching Mariners games or any baseball game where the game is just a blowout. It's just a blowout one way or the other. And the announcers eventually have to talk about something. Right. Because the game is just so done. It is just and they will talk about different things that have nothing to do with baseball. And so, but it makes it, if you've really got good announcers that can do that, those are some of the most fun games to watch.
There's a little personality behind it and all. I think they should also do the Nickelodeon thing again. Just
that was so cool.
Have weird when it's a blowout. Just be like, you know what? We're switching to Nickelodeon mode because clearly this game is not exciting anymore.
Yeah, and who's that former Hawk that's on there that I forget his name all the time? And he was the guy that always did videos in the locker room, and he's
Michael Robinson.
Yeah, Michael Robinson. Yeah, so Michael Robinson, I think, is part of those Nickelodeon games, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I think it was Nate Burleson.
Well, it's
also
a former
former
Hawk.
Seahawk. Yeah,
exactly. So,
I think you're right.
Was it Nate?
Yeah.
Okay. Bottom line is that what a great star vehicle, because he did a great job.
Yeah.
Even though I can't remember his name, unfortunately.
He did such a good job. You're confusing him with a different Seahawk.
Yeah. I just know that whoever it was, they did such a great job, and I love these alternative commentaries because sometimes it's just the game. All the football game is just not that good. It's just a lot of outmatching.
I think they should offer the option too. Technology's there. I know some people try and do it on their television to time it with the radio broadcast, but you should be able to click up and be like, would you like to? Because when I had the NHL Center Ice or whatever it was called, Game Center package, you could choose to either watch the home or away feed. Now, granted, It's different because those games run on a national spotlight where they were just assigned one announcer. But wouldn't it be cool to be like, do you want to watch this game with the home radio feed or the away radio feed? And then you get to enjoy those announcers. Just listening to Steve Rabel would be way more fun.
Yeah, I know the MLB was offering that for a little bit, but now that you mention it, the last couple of games I've watched in extra innings, it's only the home TV and the away TV, but they used to let you listen to the radio. So You're right. That would be cool. So we'll see how that goes. Peyton Manning and Eli Manning. That'd be fun to listen to those guys basically just BS while the game's going on. That we're still getting the game.
So they give each other crap. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
So it says it can't be any worse than Buck and Aikman.
Yeah, I know people hate Joe Buck, and I don't know. I don't mind that too. I think those two do a decent job. I know people hate on them, but I don't mind Buck and Aikman.
Usually it's like when your team is not performing well, eventually it leads to people just complaining about the announcers. Like whenever I watch a game, it's like if the Seahawks are being blown out or not having a good game, at some point people just get mad at the announcers. I think they just need to direct their hostility towards something. I don't have any issues with any announcers, to be honest. I don't get that too worked up about any announcer. I'm like, as long as they're just telling me what's happening, I'm okay. If they want to share their own opinion on something, even if I don't agree with it, it doesn't make me mad at them.
Yeah, only Collinsworth is the guy that I go, I don't have time for that.
Yeah, guy. I hate that guy because he was on Madden and he would always make fun of me when I would screw up.
Oh, is that why you don't like Chris Collinsworth?
That's why I hate him.
You don't like AI Collinsworth.
Exactly, 100%. And then it just bleeds into the regular broadcast because it just reminds me.
That's justifiable.
Yeah. Yesterday, Steve, he did get this one wrong.
Sailor Jack is the mascot that appears on what snack box?
Captain Morgan?
No.
Sailor Captain Crunch?
No.
Snack that's on a ship. I don't know. Booties.
Booty chips.
Good old booty chips. No.
Good old booty chips. Those are good, but
delicious.
Not the answer we were looking for. The correct answer is Cracker Jacks. Good old Sailor Jack and his dog, they're on Cracker Jacks. You want a shot at beating Steve? All right, you got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Miggs at 8:48 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. How long is a bankruptcy going to affect my credit rating?
Of course, most of the time, by the time we're talking about filing a bankruptcy, the credit has already taken a huge hit. Chapter 7 is going to affect it more negatively than Chapter 13. Chapter 7 stays on your credit report for 10 years from the time you file. It usually takes 7 or 8 years for your credit scores to get back into the normal range in a Chapter 7 case. However, your credit will start to recover even in Chapter 7 after about a year. You'll be able to get credit again right away, usually before your case is even over. Chapter 13 stays on your credit report for 7 years and usually takes about 3.5 years for your credit to get back in the normal range. So Chapter 13 will mean your credit gets better much more rapidly.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
Make your kitchen ready for every summer gathering this Memorial Day with LG and Lowe's. Our exclusive InstaView appliance suite includes ranges with air fry, refrigerators with slow melting craft ice, and an exclusive dishwasher you can only find at Lowe's. Plus, you'll get up to 10% back via a MasterCard prepaid card when you bundle eligible LG products via rebate. Shop Memorial Day savings at Lowe's. Offer valid 3/3 through 5/18 on select LG items only. See Lowe's.com/rebates for details and timing.